drink because I am totally not organized, but this says that we're live. So apparently we're live. And
we're live.
So is my drink pouring. Come on. Oh, it's not going to fit. What a pity.
I was going to say, that'd be cool if it was like a perfect glass.
Yeah, not quite. I was hoping it was going to be. No. Anyway, I need a run sheet. Where's my run sheet?
Haven't you got your run sheet ready?
No, I didn't have it on screen. But now we do. So, welcome. That's the first thing on my run sheet. So, yes. We've only just recently introduced run sheets because I don't remember to say everything, so I need reminders. Apparently, I'm getting old. So, look, we are answering your tech questions again, which comes as a surprise to absolutely nobody, I'm sure, unless this is your first time here. So if you are, let's just go through a brief run through. At 5 p.m. every day, we have, well, you're here. You found it. It's Tech Happy Hour. So grab a drink. You would have just seen that I just poured mine if you were watching. Or if you've just joined us, hello. Today I have mango iced tea. Whoa, your drink is transparent.
Mine's invisible.
That's cool. This is cool too, actually. I had it in the freezer. It's nice. Anyway, yeah, our drinks are non-alcoholic because, well, I don't drink personally, but we're at work. So, yeah, you can drink whatever you want, but whatever you do, please drink responsibly. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Wait, that I
don't do anything I would do.
Yeah, don't do anything that he would do. But yes, we're answering your tech questions for the month of May, 100% free of charge at 5 p.m. every day before we move to a weekly, like once weekly format. But yes, for now, tech questions every day or every weekday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 p.m. We'll be here. Anyway.
Huh? I see how you did that. 5 at 5.
I didn't even think of that, but yes, it is 5 at 5. Anyway, okay, cool. So, should we jump right in? No, wait, sorry. The other thing, ask your questions. If you want to ask your questions, you can ask your questions, and there is no such thing as a dumb question, because if you need to know something, you've got to ask somewhere and find the answer somewhere. So you might as well come and ask us, because we'll give you the answer for free. So, yeah, you can do that. You can get in touch with us at any of our contact details on our website at that one. There. www.thedotmail.com/contact.
Yeah, or you can just comment on the stream as we're talking.
Yes, you can comment as we talk. You can join us live. There's a link in each day's description where you can actually join and a set of instructions for how best to join us and all that wonderful stuff. But today it's a Friday afternoon, and at least in our part of the world, in our state, restrictions are starting to be relaxed. So maybe people are starting to get out and about a bit more.
Hopefully. I'm thinking about getting out this weekend. Ooh. The fact that we can have 10 people meet up would be awesome.
That's next week.
I thought outside was 10.
Next weekend. Not this weekend.
Unacceptable. You're killing me. You got my hopes and dreams and smashed
11:59 p.m. of the 15th it opens up. You're allowed to have 5 people from one household visit another house, though, which is supposed to be in time for Mother's Day on Sunday. If you haven't done anything for your mother yet or got anything for your mother, you should probably do that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you are
just
right.
Put it out there. Yeah, I've been following this stuff a lot, as well as all the government stuff, tax stuff, business stuff, my head hurts stuff.
Well, next week. I'll get out next week. Oh, that means I can have people over for my birthday.
You can still go out by yourself. And yes, you can.
Means I'll be able to have a party with a whole of 10 people.
Yes. Wait, is that 10 including you, though? So would that then be 9 other people?
Yeah, I'd say so. But the next question is, because it says outdoor. Like, it's going to be at my household, but it'll be outside in my household.
I don't know.
How does that
I think
work?
you're going to have to ask the government that one.
That's
I really don't know.
An interesting question.
That is actually a very interesting question. I don't know the answer to that one because it's not technology related.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
How's the COVID app going? Have you been stalked yet?
I get a notification every morning because I leave my phone in the study office area. I don't actually take it into the bedroom with me. Every morning when I pick up my phone, it's like, hey, open the COVID safe to keep it active. I think it's because it stops running in the background overnight. So I need to open it again to make it active. But yeah, other than that, it just does its thing.
Just plots away.
Yeah, the men in suits and glasses haven't come and got me yet. So I assume that that's not going to happen at any point.
Hopefully not.
I don't know.
Oh no, it'd be pretty cool to meet the Men in Black.
I did drive last week to Nunda. Is that 20 Ks away or not? I think that'd be 20 Ks. That was for work though. So that was for a job. Let's have a look.
You didn't get a notification telling you you're not meant to be there?
No. Not that I paid any attention to anyway.
Well, I hope not. Not whilst you're driving.
Oh, yep. 29.1 Ks.
That's alright. It was for work.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. That's pretty much all I'm doing. Wait, that's pretty much all I ever do. I don't really have a social life.
I don't know. You probably have more of a social life than I do at the moment.
Like, if we go out somewhere as a family, does that count as a social life?
Well,
it's not
still
work.
It's still more of a social life than I have.
Yeah, I guess so. Wait, we did go somewhere the other day. Let me just check the distance on that.
My social life is going to the shops to grab some food. That's it.
I did that last night. A lot of places were closed, hey. Surprised me. Yeah. Like, you know, up the road from us where they have Aldi and those group of shops up there, like the 24-hour fruit and veg place and stuff, and you've got Zambica's and where Bunnings used to be, like outside the shopping centre, that other mini shopping area. Yeah, like at least 2/3 of the eating places there were closed, and that was at like 6:30 at night. There were signs in the doors saying like we're hibernating, so clearly they're not open at the moment.
Well, that's one of the weird things that happened today. Dad reckons the Repco down the road from us was closed.
Really?
Which
I
is
never thought that'd still be open.
So did I.
Although, mind you, we've seen a decline in car parts, so maybe that's why. I don't know.
There's been a decline in most things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so today's topics.
Let's get started with those.
Diverted pretty hard out.
Yeah, we waffled on a bit too much there.
Why do you do things the way that you do them?
Oh. Can you hear that?
What is it?
Someone set off the alarm outside. You might not be able to hear that. Anyway. So, yeah. This one, I just realized I don't have this in the question.
Stems from yesterday's conversation with David, I believe.
Yes.
Because there was two different ways.
The argument was IP addressing. So whether you set the IP address static as a static IP address on the device itself, like the network device, not a workstation. In this case, we were talking about printers, which was his side of things and the way that he's been taught to do it. Whereas I've been taught to do it, you do a static reservation in the network DHCP server. So then the configuration is provided for it. That way, if you need to make changes, they happen automatically. Stuff like that. There was a whole bunch of reasons. And look, I messaged a friend who said, who works in that kind of thing as well. And he basically said either way works, which is true. Either way does work. And then I ended up saying both sides have their pros and cons, which is true. There are advantages on both fronts. But the important thing that I wanted to point out, which I didn't think about at the time and only thought about it going through in my head afterwards when I couldn't sleep, which happens a lot at the moment, is why do you do the things the way that you do them? And it doesn't really matter what you do, because in this instance, either way could be done. As long as you know why you do it and you have your reasoning for it set out, fine. If though it's just because I was told to, fine, you might have to do it that way because that's what's been dictated to you that you have to actually do. But if not, if you've got the option to change it, like, don't be closed to other options.
Hmm.
That's all I wanted to say about that one.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you do what you're taught
Yeah.
until you find out a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Is the
Well,
way,
yeah,
like,
see,
that's the mechanic side of me coming out. Like, you get shown a way to do it,
yeah,
but from from experience, and I won't say trial and error, but from doing it often, you find quicker ways to do things
yeah,
and what works best for you.
yeah,
So, like, yeah, it's pretty much whatever works best for you and the way you were taught, I guess.
yeah. But like I said, make
Yeah.
sure you have an understanding as to why you do it
Yeah,
that way.
well, that's what I
Like,
mean. Yeah.
for me, for the printer side of things, the reason why I was taught to do it that way and why I will continue to do it that way is because I've been on the receiving end of having to fix that before. We had to change network structures when I worked at a school. So I think we had about 50 printers that we had to individually go to. And either at that point, we weren't changing the IP address to static. We set it to dynamic with a static reservation, but that means that we had to go and set the settings on all those printers. So any changes that were made from then on would be made. And actually, you know what? The benefit of that too is if you're moving stuff around. So if you move offices, or in this case, if you move classrooms, if you move a piece of equipment from one place to the other, you don't have to reconfigure it when you, like, on the device itself, when you move it. The network engineer or network administrator, whoever's responsible to do that, will take care of that on their end. So you have your lower level tech support do the hardware move, and then your higher end stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to get into that argument again, but yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, it makes
Obviously,
more
because
sense.
that was my side of it. So
Yeah.
yes. Anyway, so I won't talk too much about that one. Just it goes back to, I think the day before you joined us again was I covered how to solve any tech problem, which was basically the fact that knowledge is power. So if you know how something works, you can break it down into layers. It helps you a lot more. Same thing, if you're dealing with this stuff, if you know not just how to make it work, but why you make it work that particular way, it's going to be a lot more beneficial for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on from that one now. I just wanted to add a few thoughts
One
to
that
that.
we were playing with a bit yesterday and last night is the next one, I believe. Using your
Yes.
digital SLR as a webcam with
Yep.
unsupported models.
So I did that live yesterday. Well, actually, let's start with this one first. So this is the demo of the actual camera that camera in question from yesterday. So right now I'm using the webcam still on this because this is the Logitech C920, and I actually quite like it. It's very clear. It's very bright. It's very crisp. I think sharp is probably the word.
I'd probably
Colors
say
aren't
sharp.
too bad either. But look, here's one we prepared earlier through the Canon Digital SLR. Wait, how do we make that big? That's not the Digital SLR.
That's me big. That's you big.
Let me take that away. Nope. Hang on. Nope. Not like that. I can't make it bigger.
Does it help? Just hang up on my face for a bit, and I'll make it
I
the same
tried that.
frame. I don't know what's with the frame. The
Wait, if I
frame.
take you out, can we keep your audio?
Oh,
Wait, can we hear you? I can't hear you. Oh. How about now?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's the frame. For some reason, there's a weird frame on it.
Yeah, I think that's actually a limitation.
On the camera itself.
Yeah, hang on. Let me take that. I muted my mic, and now I've put the mic on this, so the audio quality is probably going to be lower. But let's take me out. There we go. So the black frame. Wait.
Have you checked the
Black frame
settings on the
around
camera?
it.
To
You
see?
can't actually change any settings on the camera.
Damn. Well, that's
So
annoying.
yeah, so there is that. There is the speed to autofocus as well. It's a little bit slow.
Yeah. Like compared to,
compared to a webcam.
which is pretty much instant.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, I feel like it's a lot clearer up front. Let's see if we can bring the other one back. Yeah, it's definitely a lot clearer up front.
yeah.
There we go. Okay, back to normal audio. Yeah, but it's a lot clearer. The color's a lot better too, actually, now that I look at them side by side. Actually, I wonder if I can do that. Let's make them about equal size. There we go. So see, my skin is a lot paler on the webcam as opposed to the Canon Digital SLR. Aye. Oh, look, even my hand is really white on the webcam. And it's more accurate on the digital SLR.
Yeah, so the colors are a lot better.
Yeah, like you said, though, there's the frame, which in StreamYard, which we're using today, we can't do anything with that. If we were in OBS Studio, we could crop that out easily.
Yeah.
And it would be okay. But like I said, like I explained yesterday, the initial problem that I kept hearing people talk about in using digital SLR as a webcam was constantly running the sensor and possibly overheating it. And I theorized that the later sensors probably will handle that better, but also because of the cropping, I'm pretty sure this webcam utility is not using the full sensor. I think that's my theory. I can't confirm that though.
I can't confirm nor deny.
The other thing too is that this is still extremely beta software.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's something that Canon ever planned to release. They only released it because of the event of COVID-19 and everybody not being able to find webcams when they want them. So, yeah, I don't know. If anyone's out there and would like to give their opinion, please let us know. What do you prefer the look of? The Canon Digital SLR, oh wait, this side. Canon Digital SLR or the webcam? I don't know. What do you think?
I'm still torn. Like, they're both so similar and they both have their pros and cons.
Yeah.
So
I think for live streaming, we might actually stick with the webcam, but we've definitely got plans to do some post-produced stuff with the digital SLR.
Yeah.
So we'll probably keep to that kind of plan.
Because, like, even there, like, the glass was clearer further away.
What about up close, though? Look, that's the webcam.
Yeah, webcam loves it up close.
That's the digital SLR. You probably got to be a little bit further back for that one.
Yeah.
It's darker
further back,
too.
it definitely looks good, but like to get yourself out of a pinch, like if that's all you have for your work conference or something like that, it'll work. It'll get you out of trouble.
I think it depends on your lens too.
Yeah.
This isn't a great lens. This is just an 18 to 55 mil. What is it? f3.5 to 5.6, which is not brilliant. But look, let me turn that one off. This one, hang on. I'm in the wrong window. There we go. Okay, back to normal. So I'm going to turn that one off. What I'm going to do is that I touched on, and Canon have a list of supported models that this utility is supposed to work with. And I explained yesterday in a bit of detail that it's basically, as far as I could tell anyway, the cameras that seem to have dual pixel technology. So you can do more than one thing with the pixel sensors at once. Well, sorry, the pixels in the sensor at once, if we want to get the correct terminology. I mentioned that I have this old Canon 7D, which has some issues. It's been a very good friend of mine. I mentioned yesterday I've had it for about 9 years. Yeah, this thing's been awesome. But this is a lot heavier than the other one because this is a magnesium body as opposed to just plastic. And this is actually weather sealed too. So, yeah.
You can put it in the rain.
Yeah, you can use it in the rain and it won't destroy itself, unlike the other one. I don't know which one I actually prefer. I actually really like the weight of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing, actually, you know what? Now that we've finished the demo,
I was going to say you could show them the difference.
well, I tried
'Cause
that yesterday.
Yeah, but that wasn't on stream, was it?
Yeah,
I thought we did that last night off stream.
might have
No,
been.
no, no. I mean compare like plugging that in
Oh
as
yeah,
the
yeah,
streamer.
yeah. I'll plug this in a second and try it.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I really like about the new model that mine didn't have, because this feature only just started coming in on them when I bought it, is this. So you can actually then, if you want to, switch it on and then.
Oh, can you go selfie mode with a big fancy camera?
You can preview yourself. So see then, other way.
Yeah, so that's cool.
And that's actually very good for vlogging if you want to do that kind of thing. So yeah, you've got that option.
Nice.
And actually, from that point of view, this is probably better because, like I said, it's a lot lighter. But anyway.
I wonder if... Because what year did that one come out? Like, how old's that one?
Which one? The newer one or the older one?
The newer one.
2015.
Yeah, so that's probably when YouTube and all that started really kicking off and you started getting the vloggers and stuff.
Yeah.
So people wanting to carry around fancier cameras.
Yeah. Whereas the other one, though, the other one was released in 2009, I think.
Yeah, so people...
It's a fair bit older.
Yeah, that's back when that would have just been one of the good cameras to have for photographers and stuff.
Yep.
Whereas now
and
people
they only just started adding video features to them then. All right, so this, like I said, is the 7D. It does not have the dual pixel technology. It is not listed as a supported camera. So we did actually cheat. We did actually try this ahead of time. I'm sure I just ruined the movie magic for everybody. But yeah, if we go in now, if we go back to StreamYard and go start camera. It actually doesn't. Like when it's not working and you call up the camera, all it will show you is EOS webcam utility beta. And that's it. So if you look at the actual camera itself, it tells us that to press the start button to activate movie shooting, which is usually what happens if, well, I don't know if I want to get into the technical side of this. You know what? It's a text stream. I'm going to.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Digital SLR is single lens reflex. So there's one lens, there's a mirror that then reflects the picture up into the viewfinder so that you can actually see what you're looking at. And then when you take the photo, it lifts the mirror up to expose the light to the film, or in this case, the sensor, and then you get your photo. So when it tells us that we have to press the button to start shooting, it means that the mirror is down because obviously the mirror's got to be up to work in video mode. So we didn't have to do anything with the other one. The other one, we just plugged it in and it just starts working straight away as soon as you activate the webcam, the EOS webcam utility, which basically you go to whatever software you want to use the webcam in and select that as the device. This one, however, we've done that. As you can see, it's getting no picture because it says EOS webcam utility beta. If I do what it says though and press the start stop button to activate movie shooting, it's not going to work for us today, Jacob.
It will. We have faith. Because I remember it did take a while the other day. Yesterday.
So if I start it first and then plug it in.
Because I remember we thought it wasn't going to work and then it just randomly started working.
How did we do it?
Mm-hmm. It
Maybe
wasn't
they're
working.
onto us. Canon's onto us. They've disabled it.
It's like, hey, you guys use the camera that's not allowed to use it. Stop.
Yeah, we're going to put a stop to that now. Now it's not telling me anything.
Is it charged?
Yeah. See, this one has the added benefit of having an LCD screen up the top. And it tells us that it's busy.
So it's trying to think, it just can't think fast enough.
Maybe. I've just switched it off. Switch it on again. Press start stop button to activate movie shooting. If I press the button, it just tells me it's busy. Let me turn off the camera. The webcam utility.
You may decide to work.
Alright. I've got nothing on the screen. Okay, so we made it work once accidentally yesterday, and that's about it. So when they say it's not supported, they're not kidding.
I can't remember what you did.
I don't remember what I did either.
Because, yeah, it was just sitting there. You were aiming it at the screen, and next thing you know, it kicked into life and started working. Unless you just let it sit to the side and see if it eventually decides to turn on.
Could do. I was using a different lens yesterday too, though, so I wonder if that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to swap lenses and see if we can get it to work. I want to get this to work now.
It's like, they won't believe us.
It's like overclocking or adding more boost. We're making it do something that it was never designed to do.
Well, adding boost, it was technically designed to do it.
Yeah,
just
true.
not to the
Not at
levels
that
most
level.
of us push it to.
Alright, so... Ugh, that lens motor is loud. Alright.
Have you tried spraying some WD-40 on it?
Yeah, it does that from new.
Oh, wow.
No, we have a no-go. No-go.
What's it saying?
Press start, stop.
What happens when you press start?
Nothing. It just tells me busy up the top. I don't know if you can see that or not.
That is weird. I don't know what you did.
See? Busy. 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 And if I press start, stop on the back like it tells me to, which is this button up here, nothing.
I am uber confused now.
I wonder if I switch to another webcam, so if I switch to my workbench webcam, I'm still getting the sounds for hardware, like attached and unplugged. So yeah, let's call that a no-go. It doesn't work.
Interesting.
It was never going to be simple if it was going to work anyway.
Well, it was kind of simple yesterday.
Yeah.
It was just extremely zoomed in and just trashy.
Yeah, it was also kind of by accident yesterday. So there you go. They tell you it's not supported for a reason, because it doesn't work. Surprise, surprise. But look, just to confirm that the system still works, let's plug this one back in again. Got to tell it to go back to that camera. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Oh, look. Where is it? It works straight away. Look, Streamception.
Well, that's all fancy like.
Yeah, so that works. That works fine. And this one just works fine all the time anyway.
I still don't understand why yours has a blue ring and mine's white.
Mine's better. I don't know. No idea. I know yours is actually better. So yeah, I don't know. Come on, focus. Doesn't really like that, does it? Oh, there we go. Ta-da! All right.
Yeah.
Well, that works. That's enough of that. That was fun while it lasted. So yeah, there you go. Not supported means not supported. Even though we
It's
made it
not
work
gonna
once
work.
last night off stream.
We weren't even recording.
No. Pity. Missed opportunity there. How do I still have iced tea left? That's just not right.
Well, you still have half an hour to talk. And you just finished
It's
your
all right.
iced
We
tea.
got the next topic. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I see what you mean. That's a problem, isn't it?
You need to like work it, balance it out.
I've got another bottle.
Well, the thing is, I was going to say the one after the next topic we probably should do, because I feel like that's going to take about half an hour to talk about all those, especially if you want to go through and show them.
Well, why don't we do this one first? We'll still go in order. We'll do this one first. This is going to take a little while. If we run out of time, then we won't cover all of the next list. So this one, we're going to look at, where is it? There we go. Budget processors, your best bang for buck. And we're talking about this today because a few of the tech YouTubers and the tech world in general today has been, was it today? The videos come out today, recently anyway.
Yesterday, yeah.
I've been talking about the Ryzen 3 3100 and the Ryzen 3 3300X. So let's dumb it down a bit and back to the basics. Basically, there are two major manufacturers. Oh, wait, we have a comment waiting.
Yeah, David, straight up.
The new Ryzen line. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And if you've been paying attention to the previous live streams, you know that I have Le Budget build over here, which I really need to get back to, like, actually selling now that I've stress tested it and finished putting it all together and doing all the cable management and stuff. And it's probably been sitting here for, what, 2 days now doing nothing? Could be making me money. And I don't mean by mining. Anyway, oh, David needs some help.
Well, pretty much.
Anyway, so... Yeah?
I was just going to say, these days, AMD and Ryzen are killing it in most aspects of the game.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like I said, I was going to go back to the basics. So you've got two CPU manufacturers. You've got Intel and AMD. This is for your desktop computers. These are the major players. Yeah. Most people are familiar with Intel. If you're not a tech person, you may not necessarily have encountered AMD that much. Although before Ryzen, they were mostly doing budget chips, I think, because they were on the back foot.
Before Ryzen,
AMD
Intel was trash.
Yeah.
They were never good
well,
enough.
It depends. Okay, I'm going to, because I've been following them for ages and been working with computers for a while, I'm going to give them some credit because AMD were the first to bring... to reach the 1 gigahertz mark with the AMD Athlon in the Thunderbird series. So they hit 1 gigahertz before the Pentium 3 did, which was a pretty big thing. And I don't think people realize that or will give them much credit for that. The other thing that they did, though, was they were also the first to market with a dual-core processor. So they had the AMD Athlon 64X2. I actually happen to have one here. Look, AMD Athlon 64X2. I don't know if you can read that.
Here we're talking about how good the focus is, and it's just like, I don't want to... There we go. Yeah, now
Athlon 64X2. This is actually one of the last series, so I think this is an AM2 socket. And for those of you in the know, we're now up to AM4. So yeah, it's been a little while. Although the first one was socket 939. So yeah. Anyway, there's one of those over there, but we'll get to that one day, maybe later. But yeah, since then Intel brought out their Core 2 Duo processors, which just smashed everything out of the water. Because at the time, I don't know how much detail I want to get into with this one, but basically when Intel moved from the Pentium 3 to the Pentium 4, there was somewhat of a drop in performance, just a little bit, because and it was only at certain tasks. The way that I did it, because this was back in the day when I was still reading computer magazines, because not everything was online yet. Yes, I'm that old. The way that it was described was that the Pentium 3 was like a race car. So it could go fast and it could do things, but it couldn't carry much. So if you wanted to do a bunch of different tasks, you could change between them, and it was fine, and it would keep up with everything and do everything okay-ish, like quick. The way that that the magazine described the Pentium 4 architecture was that it was like a truck with rockets strapped to the side. So you could go in one direction and take a lot really, really, really fast, but if you wanted to suddenly change and do something else, forget it. It's going to lag. So, that was the best illustration that I heard about that. But yeah, then Intel went back and redid their architecture completely and stuff. Between that, they had the Pentium D, which was, they basically took the Pentium 4 and tried to double the cores. I don't know if we kept the one that I wanted to keep. We had one that I wanted to keep, but I don't know where that ended up.
I don't think I threw anything out. I haven't thrown any CPUs out yet.
No, it was the whole box. It said Fred's old computer on it.
I don't think I've thrown out any computers either.
Actually, no, I think I gave it away to someone. But I was wanting to keep that because those things ran stupid hot. Pretty much what Intel are doing now. Because they were just trying to catch up and get a dual-core CPU to market. Sound familiar to anybody who's in the know? That's probably all I'll say on that one. So, look, AMD revamped their CPU architecture completely a couple of years ago now, and brought out their Ryzen series. So between then, they had all sorts of weird things. They had a tri-core CPU at one stage. I don't even know how that works. I never had one. They had a 6-core CPU as well, which now is not so uncommon. But yeah, at the time, we were looking at duals and quads. So anyway, they managed to get it right. And yeah, Ryzen now is just destroying stuff. I think Intel's still at the top end of the market.
They're still
have some performance lead.
Single core performance,
problem is price to performance is not there. If you gain 10% performance, you're probably paying what, 50, 60, 70% more, and bang for buck's just not there. But that's not what we're really talking about today. Today, we're talking about best bang for buck because AMD have just released or about to release their new budget series processors, which is the Ryzen 3 3100 and the 3300X. I think that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know the X is the 31. Does the 3100 have a letter after it?
No. Not from what I've seen.
Yeah. It's all still fairly new. So, yeah. Here we go. David says the latest Threadripper is pretty solid bang for buck. You're right, but I think there is next to nobody who will use all of those cores.
And that's the thing. That's still saying, like we're talking
if we're talking servers, yeah. Although
we're still talking about the fact that that's still a Ryzen. That's not Ryzen, AMD.
Yeah. Doesn't AMD have the EPIC for servers?
I think they do. I think the Threadripper is still not classified as a server CPU.
No, it's still a desktop CPU.
Yeah. And then you got the Epics, but
the
Threadripper...
Actually, sorry, the Threadripper is probably more a workstation CPU.
Yeah. Because it's...
David has no idea what we're talking about.
Huh?
David, look up the AMD EPIC. It's EPYC, I'm pretty sure. Huh?
Yeah, the AMD EPIC is the server CPU.
There we go. No, it's not, but slap Xeons. Yeah, so it's not a server CPU. The EPIC, I'm pretty sure, is the server. AMD EPIC server processor for data center.
But the thing is, a Threadripper could do that anyway, because the Threadripper is just next level.
Man, I have too many windows open.
I'd say that's only the latest Threadripper. Like the old Threadripper was good. Like the previous 2 generations were good, but the latest ones.
Embedded? That's cool.
Is there someone talking there, or am I hearing myself somehow?
There is no one else talking here, unless it's me talking to myself.
I don't
there's
know.
no
I'm
one
getting
else here.
confused. But yeah, so
Stay
the
away from
epic,
people.
yeah, like the Threadripper is just insane. Like
Yeah.
Ryzen had been putting nails in the coffin for Intel for a long time. With the Ryzen series, just came out of nowhere and just bang for buck, just shocked the world and shocked Intel. And then yeah, Threadripper just each series. So like you had the first gen, second gen, and third gen now, all just nails in the coffin. But in saying that, for gaming, Intel still is the best because they still have the highest
Single core speed.
single core speed. Yeah, like
And a
you
lot
could
of
easily
games
get.
aren't optimized for multi-core yet.
Yeah, but in
Um,
saying that, you're still paying premium dollars
let's
for
let's do a
very
price
minimal
comparison
game.
now. So let's go. What is the top of the line
Well, while you
Intel
look
at the
up
moment?
that,
Is the
one
10th
of the
gen available here yet?
I think so.
I'm just going to Umart and going price high to low.
Yeah,
Core
and
i9 Extreme.
David just said, pretty sure the latest Threadripper closest Intel equivalents, hundreds of dollars more.
Yeah, if we're
Or
talking
thousands.
Threadripper,
Yeah.
the i9 7980 XE 18 core is $2,834. However, by comparison, the Threadripper
Thousands, yeah.
3960X, actually, you know what? Let's look at the 2990X, even though technically it's a generation earlier. Thousands, many a thousand. Oh, and he also said back there I'd run a server on a Threadripper.
No wuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. It depends on what you want to do. But yeah, okay. So a Threadripper 2990WX, so 32 cores, is $2,689. So wait, for those of us who are visual, here, look at the prices.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So even last gen.
That is insane. Like you're paying 2,834 for 18 cores at 2.6 gigahertz, or you're paying 2,689. So what? $150 less, 150-ish bucks less for 32 cores at 3 gigahertz.
And that's still not the top of the range one at the moment either for
David
the
said,
Intel.
check out the benchmarks. David, as soon as you send us those parts, we'll benchmark them for you. No worries.
Yeah, because don't the Intel have newer ones that haven't come out in Australia yet?
Yeah, the 10th gen is on its way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Even the 10th gen don't compete with the Ryzens. With the Threadrippers, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it still a Ryzen? It's a Ryzen Threadripper or
Yeah, Ryzen
AMD?
Threadripper.
Yeah.
That's what it says
But
here. Apparently it's listed as a hot deal.
Well, it is.
2,600, yeah, compared to the Intel. Well,
And the other thing
technically shouldn't the
is,
Intel be the hot deal because they run hotter?
yeah, isn't the price on the motherboards crazy difference as well
Oh, I don't want to know.
between
Actually, you know what? I do actually want to know now that we're talking about
the
this.
Threadripper motherboards and the Intel motherboards?
Yeah, let's have a look. So categories, motherboards,
This is when we
AMD
need John. Because isn't
TR4.
John getting a Threadripper?
John who?
Chapman. No, he didn't get a
No, he
Threadripper.
got the
What did he got?
3950X.
Damn, son. That's going to
And
pop
I
either
don't
way.
even know the Intel sockets anymore because I've been paying that little attention to them.
Pretty much the most
Okay,
expensive.
that i9 Extreme is what? I should know this, but I don't. LGA 2066. That's what I thought. Okay, so a 2066 motherboard. The cheapest one is an X299 motherboard, which is $499. As opposed to, we're looking at TR4 or TRX40.
Oh, putting it out there. So pre-order for the 10980 XE is at
How
Computer
much?
Alliance
Yeah, how
2000.
much? Whew.
So they've dropped the price down to try to compete, but that's
Yeah,
still only an 18 core
yeah.
CPU
So wait, so
compared to,
anyone buying a 18 core ninth gen today is stupid.
well, the 9th gen's right beside it.
Yeah.
So
How much is the ninth gen?
is it the 9th gen because it's 9980?
Yeah.
Has to be the 9th gen.
Yeah.
1899. So $100 less.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen those benchmarks, David. It's ridiculous, man.
No, he's got to send us the parts to benchmark.
Because yeah,
At this point, I don't
one
know
of
if
our
anyone's going to send us parts to benchmark, but I'm keen if you are.
just so you know, Dave, one of our mates has just purchased the 3950X and is in the process of building for his personal rig at home.
And crying over his empty bank balance.
I don't think his bank balance is empty, but yes.
Probably not.
But
It wouldn't be having a good time.
yeah, so on pre-order, it's still just like, but yeah, I feel like
Oh yeah,
Intel's tried to
TR4.
drop the price down to compete.
Your cheapest TR4 motherboard, it's an X399 platform, is $455. So it's what, $50 cheaper?
TR4's last gens.
Well, that's the CPU we were looking at though, the
Oh yeah,
2990WX. So that's what I was
yeah.
comparing. Otherwise, your TRX 40 motherboards start at $639.
So you were looking at the 24 core, yeah?
What? No, the 32 core 2990WX. I
Oh
think
yeah.
my after looking at those prices, my face is just permanently stuck in this
Oh yeah, dude, these prices are
configuration now.
ridiculous.
You know what? I have a perfectly good case here that will take it. I still have my Corsair 780T tower. Oh, wait. David has a comment. David says JFC. Okay, I'm old. Someone fill me in. What's JFC mean?
Yeah, I've just had a mind blank too.
Google.
Um,
JFC Australia.
I just saw the price of
It's
the
not it.
3990X,
Yeah?
like the 64 core Threadripper,
Is that on there?
and on Computer Alliance for pre-order. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How much?
No.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Okay. That's not in my vocabulary.
I think that's because of our mate getting the 3950X.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
thing is, he actually is getting it off another one of our mates that just had it set
He's
up.
already got it. Hasn't he got it running?
Yeah. I don't know if has he got it running? He might have it
Yeah.
running. But yeah, are you sitting down? You are sitting down. Um
I can stop that if you want.
the 3990X,
Now I'm standing up.
the 64 core Threadripper,
Yeah?
pre-order $7,499.
Nah. I'll say it again. If anyone wants to send us these to benchmark, there's no guarantee you'll get them back, but you'll definitely get benchmark results.
Like, damn, son.
You know what? Actually, that would be good fun. Just
Wow.
benchmarking stuff all day. That would be cool.
How many cores is
I'm
that
sure
one,
plenty of
David?
other people have said that as well. So we might leave that dream
So
alone. But
even
anyway,
that, David, the one you just sent me. So David just sent me an Intel Xenon Platinum 8180, which
Xeon.
is a Xeon.
Yeah.
The price is 20 grand. So when we're talking about being shocked that the Threadripper is 7.5 grand,
Yeah.
that 64 cores
Wait, what's
doesn't
that computer that I've got here?
seem so unreasonable.
You know the one that I bought before we moved? The really thin one? What's in that?
Which really thin one?
The one that went in the rack.
Oh. Yes. Yeah, that's just crazy, David. Like,
I'm trying to find it.
because yeah, so even if you go down and don't go for the biggest one, which is what David's talking about, so if you even just get the 3970X, which is 32 cores,
Yeah.
that's still more cores than the Xenon. How do you pronounce it?
Xeon.
Xeon.
There's only one N at the end.
Um,
Oh, here we go.
it's only $3,800 compared to $20,000. It just, and again, like we were saying, David, that's the fact. Like, they're still not AMD server CPUs.
Okay, here we go. I found it. So last year I bought, before we moved here, I bought a computer with, what's that, 12 cores and 24 threads with 48 gig of RAM, and it's like thinner than a ream of paper. And by that I mean I bought a server, but still, it was only like $200, which is not bad. 2 Xeon CPUs, 6 cores, 12 threads each, 48 gig of RAM, 2 300 gig SAS drives, and in a 1 RU chassis. It's currently not doing anything. Should probably do something with that next week.
Look, I just can't wait until they bring out, like AMD bring out their
Oh, there we go.
the next generation of Epic, because they're still only up to the second gen of Epic, as far
Yeah,
as I'm aware.
I think that's correct. But did they release the first gen of Epic when they released the second gen of the desktop CPUs?
I think so,
They
yeah.
may always be a generation behind if they are then. But yeah, I think at the moment, Intel fairly well dominates the server world. It'll probably take a little while for the Epic to gain traction and gain market share for that. But yeah, one thing at a time, I guess. They did pretty well with the desktops, though. Like, any desktop computer that I build or recommend building for anybody at the moment is a Ryzen, just because of bang for buck. The one thing that I will give Intel, though, besides single core performance, they retain their value much better. But that's because they take so long to gain speed and performance, I think.
Yeah, but the other issue with that is I feel like they're only holding their value more because people are still so used to it. They still haven't come to the
They know what the
realization
numbers
that,
are. They know what the product is.
yeah.
I guess it has the reputation for being a tried and tested platform. But look,
Whereas
yeah,
it takes time for AMD to come back from all the missteps they had in the past.
yeah,
So
yeah. But that being said, we're talking about the budget processors, even though we've just talked about the absolute high end of everything. On the budget front, Linus Tech Tips released a video earlier today saying that Ryzen is now better value, or could be better value for money than a second-hand CPU. I hands down agree with that, because I did a budget build with a friend. He built I think it was a 2200G, 2400G.
24, I believe. A while ago,
2400G. Yeah. And for a little bit less money, but not a lot, I ended up with a Intel Core i5 3570K. So that wasn't like, I don't know where I'm going with that. They're both 4 cores, 8 threads. They're similar clock speeds. You think you'd get better performance, but we actually got better performance out of the Ryzen, and the price difference wasn't that big. I think it was a couple of $100 in total for a brand new computer versus something that's now 5+ years old. What's the release date of the 3570K? It's been a while.
One of the things like this is leading into is the fact that these budget CPUs,
2012, 8 years.
These budget CPUs, so the 3300X, they're comparing it to the 7700K.
Yeah,
Intel.
which is not that old.
And it's not cheap.
7700K release date was 2017, so we're only talking 3 years ago.
Yeah. And this budget
18 to
CPU
19, yeah, it's 3 years.
Is competing with it.
Yep.
Like,
and what was the direct comparison though?
From what I saw, it was very marginal difference. On certain applications, the 3300X did
what
better
I want to
than
know
the
is, can we get one
7700K.
here yet?
No. Not that I can see on. I check Computer Alliance. I haven't checked Umart.
Check Static Ice.
No.
Oh, there's a pre-order for one, $205. There's only one place that has got it listed so far.
$205. How much is a? Can you still get a brand new 770K?
No.
Well, how much is a second-hand one?
A lot.
Like just
probably like $400.
Comparison, like
jump on eBay. ebay.com.au. Why was the first result when I started typing eBay toilet paper?
$395, $400. You can get a non-K. Wait, were they the Ks they were comparing, or was it just the 3770?
It was the K.
It was the K?
Yep. There's one here for 350. Well, I probably should have finished the yawn first. There's one here for 350. And we're not getting to the last topic for the day either. We'll have to cover that next week.
But the thing is, like, the fact that AMD has just pulled this out of nowhere. Like, they've been...
The 7700K is still higher clock speed, though.
Yeah. But again, it's not...
So it's going to be close.
It's the same thing I recommend people. It's like, if you have an infinite balance and you want the best of the best, just to say you have the best of the best,
go get
you go Intel. Like, there's no question about it. But if you want the best all-rounder and to make your money go as far as possible, you cannot go past Ryzen.
Yep.
Like, it does not make sense.
No.
But in saying that, my single core Cinebench score on my CPU was better than a lot of fancy Intels. Have a quick look.
We're not biased. We're just looking at it from a price to performance point of view. It's no competition really if you do the maths.
Yeah, like...
The thing is, a lot of people won't do the maths, though, and they'll just buy the Intel.
Yeah, they'll just go, oh, this is what these people said's the best. Because, yes, if you watch videos and all that, people are still saying that they're the best. Okay, I can't even let you know. I know that... So my Cinebench score, like if anyone wants to look up Cinebench scores for other CPUs, my Cinebench score was... Oh no, I've lost my window. Where are you, Nathan? Here. My single core CPU was 498 points.
Yeah, wow.
Like single core. And looking at Cinebench, the highest it goes up to is 476, which was the 7700K. But I'm pretty sure when I tested it, it was well and truly above other more expensive processors.
Yeah.
So, like, even it was better than Josiah's 3700 or 3800, which kind of makes sense because it's more cores and stuff. But I don't know. Like, again, like, it's great. Intel's great for single core performance. Like, you can't go wrong. But if you want a multi-core thing, if you want to do lots of different things at once, I still feel Ryzen.
The other thing too, though, is how many people are pushing like their single core application all the way to the bleeding edge. And like I said, for the price difference, like how many people want that extra 10 or 20 FPS?
Yeah, and
actually, it's probably not even 20. It's probably more like 10 at max.
But like, even on top of that, how many people are sitting there strangling their CPUs to get that 5 gigahertz that Intel's so well known for?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Most people are going to go out, buy this CPU, and just leave it.
Yep.
Like, even if they get the K, they're going to get it and just leave it. And it's like, if you're going to do that, just get a Ryzen. Because you can
pretty
get
much.
one that's as good as that for cheaper. But if you were there to overclock it and push it, yes, the Intel's going to go further. But again, you're going to be spending a lot more money to make that go further than a budget Ryzen.
I'm just going to put it out there. I don't actually overclock my machines anymore because I don't actually notice the difference.
I haven't
Not with what I'm
tried
doing.
with this new one. I don't feel comfortable overclocking this CPU with my motherboard at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I probably could, but I just...
B550 is coming.
Really? How much?
I don't know.
Stop it. I've been spending too much money. Actually, I haven't spent much money on this computer for a while.
Yeah, you're about due.
Yeah, I think it's due for a random update for no reason. Actually, no, it might be coming because it's my birthday in a few weeks. So
taking donations.
Oh wait, I put out for the turbo and stuff on the 3P chat. If you guys want to shout me a 570 motherboard or something like that, go for gold. Some more RAM, bigger CPU.
Just
birthday's in 2 weeks.
Just post your GoFundMe now, yeah.
GoFundMe OnlyFans. What? No. But yeah, that I like the conversation we've been having.
Shame that I actually know what that means now.
I'm disappointed that you know what that means.
It's Bayer's fault.
Oh yeah, true.
It's like I'm starting an open fans. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Or open fans? Only whatever it's called. I'm like, what is that? Then I looked into what that was. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, subject change. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yes. Please do that. Let's get out of here.
Well, it's been a good chat again. Thank you to David for chiming in. I really want to get him on stream one day and have a chat.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I said yesterday, I do miss him.
Remember?
Yeah, and we'll have a chat and compare computers. We might have a benchmark off.
Wait, what's he running?
I don't know.
Do I have to sneak into his garage and look? Because, we've got to find out what everybody's running.
I'm not too concerned. I'm pretty sure he's got like a 1660 or something graphics. Unless he stepped up the game.
Oh, I thought we were talking Cinebench, but yeah, okay.
Well, everything, man. I got to flex on you somehow. I feel like that's the only, well, you and David, I feel like that's the only thing I can flex on you with.
Why are you flexing on me? I don't care. I just want to render video faster.
Because it's going to be fun. But yeah, I've only got my graphics card. That's probably the only flex point I have, I think. Like, my CPU is pretty good. But I wouldn't say it's flex worthy. It's pretty flex worthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we can do that next week then. Yeah. Anyway, so for now, okay, let me run through my run sheet because I love this stuff. First of all, please help us to help you. Really help us by spreading the word. We're not charging you anything. We're not asking anything else in return. Just help us to help more people. Tell people about this stuff. Oh, wait, sorry. No, there is one other thing we're asking. If you have a question, send it to us so that we can actually answer it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same thing. Help us to help you. That's the main theme. And look, we'll be back 5 p.m. weekdays next week and for the rest of the month of May before we move to a weekly format. And yeah, we'll continue doing this up until then. Hopefully the world will be a bit more back to normal by then. At least here in Australia, it looks like we will be. And yeah, that'll be 100% free of charge the whole time. Just come grab a drink. Hopefully don't finish it halfway through the stream and be left high and dry. And yeah, we'll keep answering your tech questions. Have a good weekend. I think that's it. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The other thing, if you want to ask us a question, that's where you go. www.the.mail.com/contact, and there is no such thing as a dumb question. Because you've got to find out somewhere, so you might as well come and ask us here.
Unless you ask which budget CPU I should get. Because it's pretty
3300X, apparently.
Pretty much any AMD.
Yep.
But can we have that conversation one day too?
Which one?
How the fact that AMD shot themselves in the foot and created the 1080 Ti.
Hey,
Oh, you don't know that conversation?
No, we'll have this off stream. But anyway, we'll leave that be for now. We'll talk about that. Actually, we'll talk about that straight after this.
I'm pretty keen on talking about that on stream. All right, see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.